Hello everyone, this is Hunter at Vapor Hunting Technologies. Oftentimes we get asked a lot of questions about the 800FL, the 3630, and the 1000 and what differentiates these three models. So we're gonna go over that today in this video, and we are gonna start with the 800FL. This machine is really our introductory into industrial wet blasting. So as you can see, it is made with a high density polyethylene. So it is a plastic cabinet. Inside, you're gonna get about 33 by 30 by 28 inches of workspace, so you can fit 80–85% across the board of parts. That's a really good workspace to start with. You can fit, for reference, like a swing arm in here, a motorcycle wheel in here, very comfortably. Obviously, maybe things like a frame won't fit, like a small dirt bike frame, but you get a good range of options of parts to do in this cabinet because of the size internally. On this cabinet, you have all of your fully upgraded features that we kind of label the industrial features of a machine, if you will. You have an automatic overflow valve. Now this is connected to a timer in your electrical box. So when you are adding water with your open loop system or your closed loop basins, you're gonna wanna drain that out because it's going to throw off your water to abrasive ratio in the hopper. This will drain it automatically. So it's set on a timer. You may want that timer in 2 to 3 minutes to give your abrasive time to settle, but it's automatically gonna open up. It's super beneficial if you have a lot of guys working on your machine, so that none of them forget to drain the machine out and then you have a machine full of water inside. You also have the precision air regulator, which is good because if you're blasting like this, you can adjust your air on the fly. It's a little bit bigger than the standard regulator. You're able to see it a little bit easier. You have the wiper. This is gonna provide an extra sight line into your cabinet so that you can easily see your parts versus just having a window rinse. You have foot pedal operation. You're gonna get 2 of the 2-foot LED strip lights. So why that benefits you is because it's gonna give you a very broad, very directional, clear-cut range of light inside of the cabinet so you can easily see your pieces. So overall, this is a very good cabinet to start out with. Maybe you're starting a smaller business, you wanna get going. This is the perfect cabinet for that. It's very budget friendly. And with that, we are going to move to the 3630 next and recap this machine. So as you can see, it does differ a little bit from the industrial line. It is an econo line. What that means is it is kind of basic features, more, strip features than one of our industrial cabinets per se. Starting over here, we have a more simplified electrical system. One of these switches turns your light on and off, and then one turns your pump on and off and all of the electronics that go with the machine to make it work. You have a standard regulator on this side. So this is a little bit different than our precision air regulator. Both regulators do have the same function, but if you step in front over here, the precision regulator, if you had one, would sit up here. So it's a little bit easier to see, a little bit easier to adjust on the fly. The standard regulator, you're gonna have to stop, adjust the air to what you want it at. So it's just really about convenience with precision versus standard regulator. As you can see, this model does not have a wiper on it. This model is an econo line, so it's gonna be a little bit more stripped of features. This is one of the features you don't get with the econo line 3630. You're gonna get a dual window rinse instead, which it's still cleaning your window. You're just not gonna have the extra sight line of a wiper. Now, internal working space of this cabinet is gonna be 36 inches wide, 30 inches deep, and 38 inches high. So you get a little bit more space with this one. It is a stainless steel construction. You can get it open or closed loop as well. You're gonna have a manual overflow valve here, which is good if you're maybe 1 or 2 guy shop, you're the only 2 using the machine. I wouldn't say it's gonna be super like industrial. What this does, you'll have to let your abrasive settle, and then you'll have to manually open this ball valve. That's the difference kind of between the automatic overflow valve and your manual overflow valve. So all in all, with the VH3630, super solid cabinet, gonna have the same performance as any other cabinet. It may just be if you can't get enough space out of like an 800FL, an 800 base, a Weekend Warrior, you may wanna step up to a 36 by 30 by 38 cabinet in the 3630. Again, this is the VH3630, and next we're gonna move on to the VH1000. So this is our VH1000 cabinet. You may notice it looks a lot like a 3630. It is the same size internally and externally, but this is more of our industrial machine. So you are going to get the industrial features with this one. As you can see, you have the precision air regulator up here on the top. You're gonna have the wiper with this one to provide the extra sight line in the cabinet. Inside here, you're still gonna have the 2 lights, 36 inches of width, 30 inches of depth, and 38 inches of height, so same size as the 3630. And if we step around the other side here, you're gonna get a little bit more advanced of an electrical system on this one since it is an industrial machine. This will be on our optional add-on video. This is the heater that you can get on this machine because you're able to do 110 or 220. The 3630 is 110 only, so it doesn't have the ability to have a heater on it. Now on the back here, you have the automatic overflow valve as well, which is going to drain your water automatically that you get as overflow, either from your open loop system or your closed loop system. It will automatically drain it out. The timer is inside the electrical box here. And after a couple minutes, that will open and drain out your overflow water. So now let's talk about the main differences between the 3 cabinets. So all of our cabinets across the board, whether you go with a micro, a 4000, a 3630, a 1000, they're going to give you the same end result, which is a beautifully finished part or a beautifully prepped part for whatever coating you're doing afterwards. Where these are gonna differ is in the size, construction, and the features that you get on each. So let's go from an 800FL to a 3630. The 800FL is more of our starting industrial cabinet, so it's gonna be a little bit smaller than a 3630. It's a plastic cabinet as well, but it is considered an industrial machine, so you'll have all of those extra features. You'll have the wiper, you'll have the precision air regulator, the automatic overflow valve. It's essentially gonna be comparing a base level car to a mid-level car to a high-level car. So on the 3630, you have a little bit bigger of a machine, but you're gonna sacrifice some of those features since they are Econoline. You'll sacrifice the wiper, you'll have a standard regulator instead of a precision, and you will have a manual overflow valve instead of an automatic overflow valve. You do get a little bit bigger of a machine, like I said, and it isn't a stainless steel construction. So if you don't mind losing those features, but you need something a little bit bigger, then the 3630 is gonna be for you. Now, if you wanna keep those features and you want a bigger cabinet, you're gonna wanna go with the VH1000. So with the VH1000, you're gonna get the size of the 3630, but you're not gonna sacrifice any of those features. You'll still have the wiper, you'll still have the automatic overflow valve, you'll still have the precision regulator. So going from an 800FL to a VH1000, the differences you're looking at there are gonna be the size and the construction of the cabinet. All of the features stay consistent between the 800FL and the 1000. So now let's look at a 3630 versus our VH1000. So the 3630, same size as the VH1000, 36 by 30 by 38 internally, but what you're gonna get on the 1000 is the extra bells and whistles. So you'll have the wiper, have the precision air regulator, you'll have the automatic overflow valve. So you'll have all of those extra bells and whistles that are on an 800FL on a VH1000, but the 3630 is more of our Econoline machine, so you won't have them on that machine. If you have any questions, please give us a call. Our number here is 828-202-5563.